The TED Talk that I chose to do my presentation on was one labeled "We Don't Actually Know What Our Future Selves Want." And it was presented by Shankar Vedantam, an Indian man, and he was from India. He was born in India. He wasn't born in the United States. He had to move here when he decided he wanted to progress in his degree and his studies for psychology and social studies, I believe. Unlike us, he wasn't born here, so he wasn't born to opportunities and all these other things. So he had to work really hard to get where he is, and I resonated with that because I also had to work really hard to get into college. And I also have to work really hard to keep my grades because everything in my day-to-day life, it's pretty hectic. And that's where I get my drive from. I get it from my day-to-day life because I find that when something goes wrong, I'm more focused on, getting my degree and getting a good job and not having to struggle the way that I have been ever since I was young. Our perspective is what shapes us, but undeniably that it changes. 10 years from now, we're not going to be the same people. And he also brought up a thing about prison, and that's why people in prison aren't the same people that they are 30 years from now, and that's why they're given the sentence that they are in hopes that they, change and retribute, and they're going to be better people when they contribute to society. I noticed that his audience were receptive, but they were also quiet and clapping in accordance to whatever they felt resonated with them, which I also took mental note of. That Shakir, he wasn't looking at a particular person. He wasn't speaking to one person. He was making sure he was touching bases with every single person in his audience. And that is a strong speaker. That's a characteristic of a strong speaker. He also said something that resonated with me as well. It was about love and how the promise we make about loving someone till the day we die is a promise that a stranger's gonna have to keep up because at the end of the day, we're not gonna be the same people. It's like being married and you find out that the person that you're married to wasn't the same person that you met. Thank you for listening to my presentation on Shankar Vedantam, and I hope that you choose to watch this TED Talk because it is important and it is integral to people our age.